Présenté à l'occasion des derniers salons comme la Gamescom ou le 3, Lego Le Seigneur des Anneaux intègre les deux nouveautés majeures développées dans le récent Lego Batman 2 DC Super Heroes, soit un monde ouvert et des personnages désormais dotés d'une voix. Pourtant, ce jeu basé sur la trilogie de Peter Jackson semble se distinguer sur de nombreux points, abordés ici par le producteur exécutif du jeu, particulièrement enthousiaste.
Well, I'll start by where we start as a company. When we start to make a new game, we always think about what makes that movie or that theatrical experience different to some of the others. So what makes Lord of the Rings as a film so appealing and different, say Batman, for example? So we distill that, we think about that, and then it really comes down for us to a couple of things. Firstly, that sense of a journey, not a physical journey, but also a journey of development of the character. With that in mind, how do we make that into the game? Well, there's a few different ways. Firstly, the physical journey itself, the way we've tackled that is to take all of Tolkien's classic map, it's in his books, and we've rebuilt that from scratch so that you have this huge roaming, streaming Middle-earth hub where you can actually physically walk from Hobbiton all the way to Mordor. But then there's also the journey of the characters. I mean, the hobbits to begin with are very innocent, but they end up being very worldly wise. Aragorn's a ranger and he becomes the king. So how do we tap into that? How do we create that? So we've introduced this idea of having a backpack. The items that you collect and pick up on your way, you can carry with you, so that the characters themselves develop more powers. So Frodo begins with just an ordinary sword, then he has Sting. Sting's better up by the oars. Legolas has his ordinary bow, then he has the bow of the Galadriel, which is given to him by Galadriel. And that's more powerful, does more damage, more rapid fire. So that's how we develop the characters as well as the locations. And really what this kind of amounts to is kind of like an RPG light feel, if you kind of like it. Now it's not stats, it's not Diablo, there's no loads of crunching of stats because it's for kids. But you have that, we tap into that sense of progression, that sense of journey, to give the game its own identity.
Voilà déjà un point, le voyage à la fois physique et spirituel de la communauté de l'anneau qui a été recréé dans le jeu grâce à des terres du milieu open world et une petite dimension RPG.
The second thing was this is the first time we've made a video game based on an Academy Award-winning film. So going, right, okay, how do we do that? How do we tap into this? And so we looked at a lot of we obviously poured over the films, we're all massive fans ourselves, but there were a lot of shots, there were a lot of camera movement, which is brilliant, fantastic. And we just simply took that, we put it in the game with this idea to try and create this cinematic experience. But when we did this, it did seem a little odd for us to be having the Lego characters doing their normal ma 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 ma. And we thought, well, hang on, let's try putting the theatrical dialogue spoken through the Lego minifigures. And we did it and we just loved it. So you'll see here we've got Gimli just going, meat off the bone, all that kind of stuff, and it's hilarious. So it doesn't detract from the humour that you expect from the Lego games. They're still irreverent, they're still funny, they're still really playful. But actually when you've got Ian McKellen's voice kind of going, coming from the Lego minifig, it's brilliant, it's really, really cool.
You shall not pass!
So that's the second thing, and lastly, as you'd expect from any Lego game, there's tens and tens of games. There's 80 characters for you to find. There's loads of new powers, new abilities. You can wear the ring, you can enter the Wraith world. There's Wraith Lego for you to manipulate. You have the file of Galadriel. There's all the things you'd expect to see in a Lego game in there as well.
Histoire de rassurer tout le monde tout de suite, contrairement au Lego Harry Potter, le jeu Seigneur des Anneaux ne sera pas découpé en plusieurs épisodes. Les 3 films seront inclus dans le jeu, ce qui devrait suffire à lui assurer une durée de vie que l'on espère phénoménale. En revanche, ce qui peut inquiéter, c'est le traitement humoristique de la trilogie de Peter Jackson, plutôt sombre et sérieuse, sachant que le truc des univers Legoifiés a toujours été la parodie et l'irrévérence.
It's always quite tricky, and getting it right is the one thing that challenges us and the team the most, because it's what everyone loves about it. We never want to let it down. Certainly having the dialogue helps with that, because you have that juxtaposition between something very serious being said but out of the mouth of a Lego figure, so that always works. And also we've still got all the jokes that you'd expect in there. So some of the hobbits, they're always eating, so they're all crying very sad when Gandalf dies, but they're still eating their apples, or Aragorn takes an arrow out of his bottom and all this kind of stuff. So that's all there as you'd expect.
La sortie de Lego Le Seigneur des Anneaux est calée au 26 octobre prochain sur toutes les plateformes. Si la licence se prête bel et bien à un jeu Lego et que les intentions du studio de développement semblent convaincantes, sans pour autant surprendre beaucoup, on espère une chose, que le moteur graphique ait été sérieusement retravaillé. Lego Batman 2 était sur ce point très décevant, avec des chutes de framerate drastiques et des bugs par légion. On peut éventuellement pardonner une formule qui peine à se renouveler, tant les univers traités sont riches, mais pas des déficiences techniques qui perdurent. Un hobbit qui avance par saccades passe encore, mais un elfe, ça le ferait moyen.